is, or how skinny the rectangle is, or if it's even a painting at all, if it has any marks on it at all.
I feel like music's the same thing as like any type of art, like a painter or like, I don't know, a photographer or anything like that. It's like when you created whatever piece or whatever piece of art or whatever that you made, you just wanted to capture how you felt in the moment. Everything I did on that tape was just like inspired by like life. Hey, what's going on? My name's Supreme Key. We're here at Rush Studios in Caldwell, New Jersey. And we're doing a production breakdown on my latest track, Vibes, from my EP, Bitches Love Art. When I'm going through like my process, there's a bunch of producers like in Loud Life that I work with, like Mapsino, Number 9. It's like a bunch of us. We're always in the studio working, like checking out samples. We're always listening to like sick tracks. Like I bump Cortex a whole bunch. 9 Inch Nails is crazy. Portishead's fire. But we're always just getting different inspirations from like a bunch of different stuff, and like when we find a sound or a riff or something that we like just run with it. Usually like when I'm making tracks, it's very percussion heavy. Like I pay a lot of attention to like the drums, my snares, kicks, 808s, like all that. I like my tracks to be like super heavy. So once I found like that sample, like that melody to go over it, it was just like the drums kind of just fell into place. Like that's pretty much it. As far as like me working with like artists or like artists recording over tracks that I do and stuff like that, it's just like if the vibe is right. It's funny enough because this track's name is Vibes, but I was actually working on that track in the studio, just cutting up some samples. My homegirl Deanna came through, and I didn't even know she like sang until we were actually in the studio working. So we laying the track down, and she starts like laying this melody down, like humming out this melody. So we like laid it down, and it was just like a super like organic collab, like came out perfect. She did it in one take. Like I couldn't be happier with the track.
I guess specifically with Vibes, the entire song, at least lyrically and melodically from the vocals, came from just entirely freestyling right off of the top of my head, kind of my natural relationship with the track that Keon was playing for me just inspired like an entire melody and really simple theme for what I was singing about. A lot of my songwriting comes from freestyling because I can't help but feel so much from the specific moment and the specific music or experience that I'm experiencing, and it's incredible. And I even impress myself sometimes when I'm able to associate language with music and feeling, and that's exactly what I did with Vibes. What you're hearing actually on Vibes is the first take we took. It was just one. We did another one after that, but after the first one, we were both just like, wow, no, like that first one, right there in that moment, that's the one. And we both just sat back and agreed on that, and it was beautiful. But definitely in order to create a sound that is entirely fluid and entirely honest, I think you do need to have a big connection with the person you're doing it with, or at least just great intention, because without it, then it's just not like, it's not genuine. And I think that's the most important thing for music, is when I can feel it is when it's honest and genuine and expressed that way. Definitely believe that music coexists with being. I don't think that it couldn't. I think that the music and the music that people express is just a result of their being already. I think that just happens because of emotion. Because with music is entirely something that is geared to enhance and evoke specific types of emotions. And if people didn't make music that was a part of what they were feeling or a part of what they were being at that certain point in time, then it just wouldn't happen and wouldn't be felt the same way that music is felt by other people who listen to it. So I think it's entirely important. I think it's just natural. I think it's something that isn't even talked about or really even thought about too much because of how natural it is.
Breakdown on my latest track, Vibes. Oh, fuck. Fuck that up. What's going on? My name's Supreme Key. Fuck. I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say after that. Very smooth track. Inspiration.